that's a form of authority. Am I right or am I wrong?
No.
So you gonna tell me like, bro, you
it's not submission.
Hold on, stop.
I'll give you the extension. I'll give you the
form of submission from the male.
Explain.
Towards the woman, especially in a healthy marriage. I mean, I think, like I said, some form of submission towards your wife at this point, right?
What would that look like, though?
What would it look like?
Yeah. Explain. Like, what would that look like?
You ever had? I mean, you guys are of color, so that picture that's always on the wall of like that man holding up the globe and it's on his back and he bent.
That picture wasn't in my house.
I know that picture.
I know the picture, but
listen, so I ain't grow with that picture.
I seen the picture, but what about it though? Like, continue. Let her finish.
Well, in the
homie was simping in that picture.
What is
big simping
that were very flagrantly like you're throwing?
Everybody does. I hate it.
Yeah, so simping. I'll just explain it real quick. So simping is the man going beyond and doing the extra for the woman, which is fine, but the woman not reciprocating it in return.
I think that was the best. That was the best way I've heard somebody on YouTube. I've heard other people say it, but that's the best definition of simping, in my opinion. Now, I mean, you're going over and beyond for a woman that wouldn't even lift a finger for you. But when y'all be saying that a man that supports his wife, that supports him as well, is simping because he loves on his wife, is where y'all completely lose me. You know what I mean? I had somebody get under one of my videos recently. It was like, bro, because I say, I pay all the bills in my house or whatever. I take care of everything, as financially. And it was like, yo, just because, you fell a victim to being a simp and a slave to your wife, you fell a victim being a slave to your wife, doesn't mean you should be telling us about that. I wasn't telling you how to do it at all. Now, I mean, I was just telling y'all what I do. But in that video, I also mentioned all the things my wife does. You know what I mean? My wife does a lot for our family. Like, she's not a woman just sitting around ordering on Fashion Nova all day while I'm working, while I'm paying the bills. She is not at all. If anything, when I get done working and I need to relax, she is still running up and down the stairs with my son sometimes. You know what I mean? Chasing his little tail. Pregnant and all. So I don't have the type of situation where my wife is just sitting back and like, yeah, give me your money. Yeah, because you a man. That's what you're supposed to do. No. I'm not dealing with that. You know what I mean? And I definitely give my wife breaks and all that. You know what I mean? Just like she gives me a break. She give me time to just relax and all that. And one thing I want to say before we get deep into this video is everything that I'm saying, they're saying, you hear on YouTube is opinions. This is all opinions on how we think relationships can work, how it works for us. But there is not no one size fit all for relationships. Now, I mean, some relationships got to be 50-50. That's the situation. If I ever fell on tough times, me and my wife, we had a conversation about 50-50. Not 50-50, but just her helping me, But some relations, I grew up on watching people do 50-50 in marriages. I grew up where my dad cooked more than my stepmom. You know what I mean? Like, I grew up where my uncle lived with us too. My grandma lived with us, and he was like, it's all circumstantial, bro. The main thing that you want is somebody that's understanding and there for you, not just for what you're doing for them. You know what I mean? So
in that picture,
wasn't reciprocal.
Because look, that picture, the man holding up the world for the woman, she can't compete with. Is nothing she can do to reciprocate equal value to what the man is doing. So in some shape or form, he's simping.
Supposed to just show off his strength. Like maybe we're
not.
not.
Okay. Not only strength, but also he's holding
He's
a globe,
pedestalizing her,
giving her the world.
Okay.
Strength and giving her the world.
But
hold on. But I think what women need to understand is, if in a marriage, if everything is going well and you guys love and respect each other, yes, the woman should submit to the husband, but that doesn't mean that the husband should disrespect her. And I don't think that any man in a happy marriage is not taking his wife into consideration of her needs and wants.
Listen, I found an easy way to make money on your phone. I've been telling y'all about it for a while now, and people have been sending me DMs of how much money they've been cashing out. So I'm gonna put one of them on the screen. So real quick, I want to give a shout out to Mandy Lil Slim Goody T on Instagram. Y'all go follow her. This is her Instagram right here. She basically says she made $500. She already cashed out $100. Y'all can read the messages right here. Now, I mean, and I basically asked her, hey, is it okay if I post this and all that? And here's her screenshots of her earnings and then how much she cashed out. All right. So the downside of this, because there got to be a downside, right? The downside is you have to play games on your phone. And I know a lot of people don't like to play games on your phone, but this is easy money. Now, I mean, so just try it out. And when you click my link, click the link in the description below or the link in the comment section below. You start out with a free $5. It's crazy every time I think about it. So just try it out. See if it's for you. An extra $100 could pay a bill or two. Know what I mean? And when you start making money, send me a screenshot of your cash out so I could give you a shout out on my podcast as well. All right, y'all, back to the video.
You know what I'm saying? So when you are submissive and obedient,
The key word in what he just said is a happy marriage. I ain't talking about your homie that he don't really respect this girl for real, you know, but she look good. She got the fatty, so they together. Now, he said a happy marriage, which means that they are both happy. You know what I mean? He's considering his wife.
to your husband,
He's going to respect you.
he's gonna respect you. He's gonna go above and beyond for you. But you have to give him that loyalty, that submissiveness, and that obedience. I said this before. A woman's superpower is her being feminine and submissive to her man. Remember, men go to war over women. Men kill for women. Men, do everything for a woman. Everything a man does that's considered great is for the attraction of a woman. So when a woman, especially his woman, is submissive, obedient towards him, she can get literally almost anything, including the man holding the world on his back.
A man does everything for the attraction of women. I don't really agree with that. I don't agree with that. I don't do everything for the attraction of my wife. Like, I don't. You know what I mean? Like, some things is just good for me. You know, like when I go on a walk, I'm not going on a walk with hopes that my wife is turned on by the time I walk in the house because I just came from a walk. You know, I'm not working out. Don't get me wrong, I do like to look good, for my lady, but I don't work out just to look good or just to be strong. Like, I work out a lot for my mental. I read books for my mental. You know what I mean? Like, some things is just for you. Like, everything a man does not have to be for the likeness of women. And that's not no disrespect to women, but I think that's where men get so angry with women, because you do everything you do with expectations that you'll get something in return from a woman. And when you don't, now you're angry. Now you have you got a callous in your heart. You got a callous in your heart because you're like, yo, why they not treating me how I'm supposed to be treated, even though I'm doing all these things that I'm doing? Well, first of all, you shouldn't be doing all those things for women. Some of them things need to be just for you. And then if you're giving to her, why are you giving to a woman that is never given to you? And y'all don't have to give in the same way. See, this is the thing. He just said it. Women's superpower is their softness. You know what I mean? That soft, empathetic, sympathetic power y'all got. When y'all rest in that and y'all are that with that soft touch, the whole be a brother's safe place, rub a brother on his shoulders and say, you got it. Now, I mean, be his coach in the corner. You got this. That's a superpower y'all got. While a man got to spend money sometimes, a lot of the stuff a woman adds is very much something you can't buy.
But you have to be obedient and submissive.
So
But
this means that the man has the final say. If the man is going to hold the world up for you, well, I have the final say. It's my way. So if there's meaning that the woman is always going to have to compromise.
Oh,
But think about it, like, not even no, it's not, because you can give your opinion on it. Like, if the man is essentially like that picture holding up the world for, and I know it's a metaphor, right? But like, he's giving the woman the world.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't she submit and obey, follow his authority, yield, whatever type of word you want to use, but basically he has the final say when it comes to where the money is going. Final say where it comes to where the children is going to school. Final say when it comes to all of the important things. Final say, or not even if the important thing. If it's just like, chick, you know what? Don't speak to me. Shut up. Final say, and you listen to that man.
Like if your man is, if your
He'll give you the
husband-
world.
Yeah, if he's doing everything right, why not listen to him? He's doing everything you want him to do as a husband.
But I think submission.
This is what I mean when I say like these guys would say 2 truths and a lie. Everything he was saying, I was on it. Like if a man is making all the decisions with the money, making the money, bringing the money in, he should make the financial decisions. He has the final say on what happens. Not saying not to consider your lady, but he has the final say. But when he said, this is where they be taking a mean left. Yo, shut up. Stop talking to me. No, bro. Because I'm not going to sit here and teach that to my daughter. Like, let's take me out of it. I'm not going to sit here and say, listen, baby girl, if a man is paying your bills and he tells you to shut up, he doesn't feel like talking, you just need to understand. It's time to shut up. No. I'm not going to, that's rude. That's just, there's no other way for me to put that. There's no other metaphoric way I could put it. That's just rude. You know what I mean? Like, and a woman that allows me to talk to her like that, I wouldn't even want to be with you. Have some backbone. See, there's a difference between, look, listen, baby, I done had a long day. Know what I mean? Like right now, I think I'm out of words. You know what I mean? So I just need a minute to just rest. Let's chat about in an hour about your day or about, you know, the troubles that you got going on. Let's talk a little bit later, whatever, because right now, you know, I just need a rest right now. Today was a day. That's a lot different from, yo, can you shut up? Like, you talking too damn much. What? I pay these bills. Shut up. Whoa. Like, nah, I wouldn't even want to be with nobody that ain't got no backbone to tell me, like, yo, you're bugging. Like, what you mean? Shut up. But, you know, these dudes be wanting these, like, now that's a servant. I don't want a servant. You know what I mean? Because I still need a level-headed woman for when I'm falling short. And a level-headed woman, I mean a strong-minded woman, she'll allow me to still lead. Don't get me wrong, but she can put me in my place when I step wrong. Even if I don't step wrong to her, you can put me in my place. Other places. Now, I mean, where I may be acting funny with business. I'm not being consistent on YouTube no more. My videos is getting a little shaky. I'm getting a little lazy with it. You got to be able to, yo, look, baby, let me pick you back up. And that takes a strong woman. I don't want no weak woman that lets me tell her to shut up and she just take it. Yes. No. Y'all got it.
And all what's obedience doesn't necessarily mean like listening. It's you're
No, that's exactly what it means.
That is what it is.
Not
Obedient.
necessarily. Submission doesn't mean I'm not listening. You can submit in multiple ways. You don't just submit by taking your top lip and connecting it to the bottom and shutting the bleep up. That's not all.
you gotta
That's
shut
not
up.
all that means.
Well, it's not saying that you're a robot and it's like, oh, I
Well, it
don't
sounds
have
that
my
way. You're
own
like
brain.
duty,
I don't.
submission, like it's the same. Like
No,
four
it's
words. I'm
what we're saying is
repetition.
Look, I got the definition of submissive means ready to conform to the authority or will of others.
the authority of
Meekly-
your man.
meekly, obedient, or passive.
Follow
that's what-
the authority of your man.
Is a better word.
You just don't like words.
Yeah.
You really don't like words
that's
at
a
all.
Say words.
Like
That
you
is a
like
fact.
like
That's the problem when it comes to this conversation right here, right? Because we know what the man is supposed to be doing. We know what the women want the men to do. But when men start listing out what they want from a woman, like a woman that can cook, a woman that can clean, a woman that can nurture the children, you know, wow. When they say that, like this is your, like if they use a word like duties, or this is your job. Oh no, excuse me. I am not your mom. I am not a slave. It's like, wait a minute. But if you sit here and tell me you need me to pay for your phone, your car, your everything, you know, that you see, put food in the table. Well, I don't never say, well, I'm not your dad. No, I mean, like, nah, I play my role. But as soon as guys start saying, like, I can, you know, this is what I expect, or this is what you can bring to the table, like these words just trigger some women. It ain't even about the things sometimes. It's just the fact that you said it with these words. And it don't even be disrespectful words. It be the same words they use for you. That's the only thing that's so confusing about this topic. We know exactly what most women want a man to do. But when men start speaking on what they want from a woman, if they're going to give all of this, it's like, how dare you?
Words that like a submissive is not a derogatory term.
I never.
It's not. It's not like a woman being submissive. You're not less than a person when you're submissive to your man.
I am not disagreeing with you.
It actually takes
what I
a
was
lot
trying to ask is, and
to
do
submit.
you guys see yourselves in some way submitting to your spouse as well?
No.
That's all I was asking.
Definitely.
But you don't see
Definitely.
it, and I'm trying to
No,
understand.
not even don't see it. What I'm saying is,
Let me tell you how I submit to my wife, right? For instance, we getting ready to move to a new crib, and I am not too deep in the weeds of the decor of the house. Now, I mean, I'll be buying it, but I'm not too deep in the weeds. My wife, she sends me pictures. She asks me, do I like them? But at the end of the day, when it comes to the decor of the house, I'm submitting to my wife's decision of what she decides. Because I can walk around in a blank house and just enjoy my TV and the couch, and the gym, and my game, and my hoop outside. I'll be good. My wife, on the other hand, she gotta have the little things, that little decorations that mean nothing but mean something because it's over there. You know what I mean? I ain't got nothing to do with that. So it's up to you, babe. You know what I mean? It's up to you.
if a man is submitting, like I come from a Christian lens. I'm viewing it from a Christian lens, right? So the man, the wives, it says, wives, submit to your husbands.
What are you referring to, the Bible?
I believe it's Ephesians.
Oh,
I'm just referring to the Bible. Are you Christian?
I grew up that way.
Okay,
But I am,
I think it's Ephesians. I'm not sure which scripture. I'm not a theologian or anything like that. But essentially, it says, "Wives, submit to your husbands as you would to the Lord." And then it says, "Husbands, love your wives as Christ loves the church."
Love the church.
So it's creating a clear distinction between the roles and the duties that men have, that the wife has to her husband, and that the husband has to his wife. Meaning, and it also says even more, like, husbands, respect your wives. So it speaks about respect and love. But when it comes to the woman, it speaks about submission, and the man is the man is the main, has the main authority.
Because listen, right, we said submissive means, conforming to authority, right? So I'm pretty sure if you're in a happy match, I'm pretty sure if you said, "Hey babe, can you take the garbage out?" I'm pretty sure he's gonna do it. He's like, "Hey babe, can you pick this up for me from the store?" He's gonna do it. So is that a form of submission? I would say yes, based on the term. So now that I'm thinking about it, she's kind of like, kind of right. Yeah.
She's not
Look,
right.
listen, hold on, stop.
Yeah,
Listen.
No, it's not right.
is. We both submit, bro. I submit to my wife. She submits to me. We just do it in different ways. We do it in different ways. In a healthy marriage, there sometimes the man doesn't have the decision right there for that thing. This may be the woman's idea and she's deciding on it. Are you still a factor in it? Yes. But sometimes your wife is gonna make the decision. And you're gonna want her to make the decision. You will submit to what she wants in that moment. And it's not bad when you're with a solid woman. The thing about it is, so many people are getting with horrible people. You're getting with the wrong people, and then you judge everybody off of that. I ain't submitting to nobody. Why? Because all the last 10 girls you dated had OnlyFans in their links, in their bios. I won't submit to them either. Why? Because she disrespects you. She don't submit to you at all. She don't listen to nothing you say. You talk, she cuts you off. She calls you out your name. I wouldn't submit to her either. But in a healthy relationship, healthy marriage, I believe that both partners in some shape or form submit to each other at some point. And you enjoy it. walked in the house after I dropped my daughter off to school this morning, brought my wife some breakfast. Now, I mean, I stopped by McDonald's, grabbed me some coffee, grabbed her McGriddle and a bottle of water or whatever, brought it upstairs. Submitting to you. Here you go. You know what I mean? And it feels good.
So you mean to tell me like, bro,
No, it's not submission.
Hold on, stop.
I'll give you the extension. I'll give you the distinction. Go ahead.
Maybe that, based off the definition.
Yeah, let's go
conform to
through
authority.
it.
So
I'll give you. I have these debates. Listen, I don't want you to. Man, you can have a debate. That's totally fine. But I'll land your argument, and then I'll refute.
Okay,
it. Go
so
ahead.
because bro, like I know your family, so if you could be like, yo, can you go to the store real quick?
Yeah.
And pick something up. See, that's a form of authority. Am I right or am I wrong?
No,
That's doing a favor. That's doing a favor. That's a family member.
that's not
asking, "Hey, can
authority.
you go to the
Authority
store?"
is much
Yeah,
different than that. That's doing that would be doing a favor. That would be doing a kind gesture. That would be something else, but it is not giving authority to the other person.
Something else?
Yeah, it goes against authority is going against what my will is. So if I want to go out to the
Yes.
club and my husband's telling me no, you can't go, I have to submit to his authority.
Then you
not
submit to the
his
authority.
will. So
You
it goes
bend it.
against
You're
So if your wife says, I'm not comfortable with you going to that strip club, you just go? You just go? I'm the man. I can do what I want. I'm going anyways. You just go? Like, I think people are so scared to say that. Yeah, you know, there are some things that I do. Okay, so how about this to that young lady, right? If that's the case, why can't a man just go out and just be with other women then, just as he wants? Because his woman would not allow that. His woman would not want that. So you submit to her needs and her wants in that scenario. The same way you use the whole club analogy. My man doesn't want me to go to the club. I won't go. That's me submitting to him. Okay, so that man not DMing women on IG, that's him submitting to his wife. Him respecting his wife. It's why is it so bad to submit to your partner? It's actually a good thing to submit to your partner.
you are conforming to the other person's authority. That's what it says.
Okay.
Favor.
So
So you never had
Power
been in a
right.
relationship and your girl like, oh no, I don't want you to go to
Authority means the stop. The authority means
up. Let her-
not go. Like
Real quick. Y'all doing two things. Let her get that out real quick, and then you read that definition.
If there was ever a time where you was in a relationship and you know your girl was like really on your body and she like, yo, I don't really want you to go out right now. Like I'm trying to like do such and such. I'm sure there was a time where you was like, hi.
Oh, you mean like? Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying like if the girl gave you a like if a girl gave you an option like, oh, you about to go? Well, honey, I wanted to hang out with you. I'd rather we do this. That isn't submission because that isn't submission. The man is still. He's not conforming to her authority.
Authority means
he's still making a decision. He's still making a decision to say, okay, that's convincing. All right, she convinced me.
Based on the definition.
Real quick, she wore some lingerie.
I like this,
Listen,
bro.
she wore some lingerie. She talked to me nice.
she made food.
She made some food. Oh, you convinced me. You know what, honey? Yeah, I'll stay in with you rather than going with the boys. But I would say those men should still go out with the boys. Even if your woman cooked them meals and she put on them sexy clothes, hang out with the homies.
Exactly.
Go ahead, Eve. Go ahead.
Look, authority means the power or right to give orders.
The power right to
So
give
if your girl says, "Yo, can you run to the store real quick and get me salt?" and you do it, that's
Oh, no, listen, Eve,
The word
listen,
is
Eve,
can.
you skipped out.
Can
Listen,
is a
Eve,
word.
you skipped out so many. Stop it. Listen, let's go word by word.
Okay, it's not
You
an
skipped
order,
out so
but
many
it's can.
words. Power.
the power or right to give orders, make decisions, and enforce
or right.
or obedience.
So listen, the power or right. So you're telling me that the woman would have power over the man?
no, that's not
Okay,
what I'm saying.
you're telling me that then women give rights to a man? They don't do any of that, bro.
It's also the sentence itself. Can you go to the store? If you're giving somebody an order, you're gonna say, "Go to the,
Go to
store,
the store.
and get me this item." But because
Perfect.
can is an option, that means that you have a say.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he also had an option
makes
to say,
sense.
no, I don't want to have these drinks with you. And you could take that lingerie off and hang it back up, but you still stayed. So I think there's a little bit
No,
of
it's
power.
convincing.
Yeah.
You can
But when
have a
someone.
I'ma still stay. I
Wait a minute. So, fellas. I don't think anybody on this panel is actually married. I don't think anybody on this panel is actually married, like, or in a relationship that, like, it's, you know, and the reason why I say that is because, do you think that you are gonna find a woman, and this is probably why a lot of people are single now. Do you think you're gonna find a woman that you could tell her, go to the store and go grab me a case of beer? What? I said, go to the store and grab me a case of beer. Then when she asks you, baby, since you're headed home, can you just stop by Walmart and grab some salt? You could just be like, no, I'm not, because I don't have to. The reason why I bring that up is because I don't see who has power and who doesn't have power. Marriage, relationships is a give and take. I do for you, you do for me. I submit to you, you submit to me. Same way you could say no, I could say no. Am I missing something, y'all? I think I may be missing something. But we got 4 more minutes to this, and I'm enjoying this
live with
conversation.
him. I live with him.
Not the point. Wasn't.
Okay, I'll give a clear distinction. I'll let you in these two. I'll let you know the difference of the, like, what submission is, right? And she alluded to it already, and I did as well. But the distinction is when the woman is submitting. Men, I think that men can submit to women.
That's all I said. That was the
There
question.
are
I
some
said,
men
"Hey,
that
do you think you could?"
there are
You
some
said
men
yes.
that would
I
there are
know.
some men that would submit to their woman, like, oh yeah, baby, you have the final say, and you have those are simps.
No, not in that.
Y'all don't respect
Those are
guys.
simps.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying, though. But y'all don't respect those men. We're speaking about the relationships that you do respect. The relationships that you ladies respect, it is not going to be a man that's submitting to you. You would never respect a man that's submitting to you. That's what I'm saying.
Never.
Because if
I feel like there's so much nuance to this conversation, bro. There's so much nuance to this conversation because there's so many different situations. Like, for instance, the needs of my son. My wife created a schedule for my son that I have to submit to. I have to conform to the schedule that he's on. So if my wife wakes him up at this certain time, now I mean, and at 1 o'clock, she wants him to take a nap, and at 9 o'clock, she puts him to sleep. I can't walk in the room and just be like, wake up, baby. Can I? Yes, I can. But at the same time, it's like, this is my wife's, this is her thing. She's taking care of this. She's putting him on a sleep schedule. Is that still my son? Yes. But why step on my wife's toes? Why not go with the structure she created for that? She has some control over there. And it's easier on me if I allow her to have the control over there. That don't say that she control me. Or I'm walking around like, yes, baby. Yes. Okay. Anything else? Yes, I'll do it. You want me to jump? How high? No. But there's so many nuances to, like, the problem with conversations like this is that you got guys getting into relationships, real life, just saying, I ain't listening to you because you're a woman. And that's why I started this video out by saying what I say. Man, this is all opinion based. Fellas, do not take this and go run, get in a relationship, be like, listen, you're a woman. I don't listen to you, you listen to me. You know who you sound like? You sound like Myron. You sound like Myron. And I think Myron got the perfect name, Myron. He looked like a Myron, talk like a Myron, think like a Myron.
he's submitting to you, he's yielding and giving you the authority in the relationship. So you are the leader.
Permanent position, like you sit in
Yeah,
this
totally
chair,
right.
I sit in this chair.
It is
The only
permanent.
thing I asked was, do you guys think there is a time in your
There is a
relationships where you can submit to a woman?
No.
Because in
I'm not no
my-
simp.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not a simp. It doesn't.
Some other suckers could. I ain't no
everyone a
sucker.
simp because they can, you know, decide not to go out with their friends, and then the next day, you know, your wife is or your significant other is like just the happiest doing whatever you. Because I naturally believe that men do submit to some extent, and then your woman is everything. Like she
I
doesn't
think
need
that
to have,
when the man submits to the woman in due time, or even at that exact moment, the woman in some way loses attraction for the man because she then gains control of the man. And if a woman has control of the man in a relationship, it's no longer fun.
That's
Women
her
like to
goal. I
real
don't-
quick.
women naturally want
Real
to
quick. I
say,
think
I
that
wanna
women,
be in control.
I think that women are in they get the most happiness out of relationship, and they feel content in a relationship where there's a little bit of mystery, when the man is a little hard to figure out. But if you know that you already figured him out, you can control that man, you can manipulate him with maybe withholding sex for compliance, maybe with doing something to manipulate him, right? Then
Yo, if you are in a healthy relationship, bro, your partner would not want to play those games. But again, when you are coming from these toxic ass relationships you've been in, you think there's a game of manipulation that has to be played. You think you need to like hide, you know, a version of yourself to be around somebody that you're supposed to be with for the rest of your life. Submitting to your wife in certain places is not a dagger to your character, bro. There are certain places you are not going to want to control in your family. You're like, man, can you figure this one out? Yeah, I mean, this one's for you, you know? I eat whatever you want to cook tonight, you know? I don't feel like going out. I've been doing so many things today. Nah, I mean, I'm controlling the direction of where our family is going. I'm controlling, I mean, I'm controlling what I'm controlling. Can you get, you know, your department? Some things you're going to want your wife to just decide on. And if you're with a woman that loses respect for you for that, you're with the wrong women. Simple.
you'll grow resentment for that man in due time, and you'll lose attraction for him. And that's when breakups happen. That's when divorce happens. Relationships only truly work if a man is leading. That's what I'm saying.
That's
And
a
if
fact.
a woman submits to the man. So, Ease, have you been convinced?
Yeah, like I live alone, so like I've always been this way. I do what I want, when I want, how I want. So any decision that I've made or will make, it's all because I wanted to do it. So in your sense, yes, I agree with you, because like can't no woman make me do something that I don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? So if I want to go out and hang out with Cooley tonight with the rest of the boys, I'm doing that.
And
But if I don't want to do it, if I choose to stay home with Shorty, then that's my decision. She
That's your
didn't make me
decision.
do it. Right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah, she didn't make you do it.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So yeah, that's how I am.
and it's not even a
They're doing the same thing the girls are doing. Hey. I'm gonna do it, even though she asked me to do it, and it kind of convinced me to, you know, stay home and be with her, you know, because she does smell good, you know, and that is what she wanted. But I ain't submitting though. That don't mean I'm submitting. Just because I'm giving her what she want, don't mean I'm submitting. That was my decision. Y'all are scared of the word, just like the women. Just like the women, y'all are scared of the word, submit. You think it's hands behind your back, yes, ma'am. It's not that deep, bro. It's not that deep. It is not that deep at all.
about to make is that you didn't conform. Like you're like meaning that your own motives or the plans that you had,
It wasn't manipulated by her.
it wasn't manipulated by her. But not only that, you didn't still want to go ahead and do that, but you're like, well, I'll just go ahead and do this to make her happy. Or I'll just, like, when you're getting into that level, doing these things to make the woman happy just because you're scared of her having an attitude and you don't want to ruffle her feathers and maybe lose that relationship, then you're submitting to that
Right.
man, and you're submitting to that woman, and then you're basically a simp.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm on board.
That will always have to be the case, but again?
I think that she was maybe confusing you with how she kept wording things. And then you're like, you're looking into it like, no, it's the word that she's using. And I'm like, Ease, trust me.
I think Ease is a smart man. I will say
He
that.
is a smart man. But I'm saying that the devil is a liar. But anyway. So if you like that clip and you want to watch more, click right here. But if you want to watch the full episode, click right here.
Listen, man. What? Listen, man, I feel like there's a lot of nuance to the conversation. I understand what Cooley was saying, but I think they're fearing the word submit too much. Like I said multiple times in this video, man, like, at least in my household, it's not one size fit all. There are times where I feel like I'm submitting to what my wife wants in this situation. I give y'all another example. My wife first moved here to my house that I was living in by myself before. Before we met. One of the first things she did was she put everything in my pantry. She put everything in these little clear containers, right? So now my little granola bars is all in containers. All of the rice and the grains is all in a container. So if you go in my pantry right now, everything is like in its own category. It's all in containers. Guess what I do when I walk in there and I put something back in the pantry? I check and see which container this granola bar goes in. That is me submitting to the decision that she made for our pantry to be more organized. Because me, as a brother, as a man, I would not think to have a pantry organizer. So it is lovely to have a partner that can make that decision, and it actually helps us. Y'all know that post? So it's not a sin to submit to your partner as a man. There are gonna be moments you do. And if she says, babe, look, I'm really not that comfortable with you going out tonight. I would rather, just stay home with me or whatever. Let's just watch movies. You know what I mean? I want to spend some time with you. Fellas, you do not have to feel bad if you say, all right, baby, I'll stay in with you. I don't know where y'all got to this point where y'all think your wife your girl or your wife is a dog. Hey, shut up, sit, wait till I get back. Okay, all right. You let me know how those relationships are going. You know what I mean? Most of those relationships is usually because the guy is super paid and the woman, she has put her morals and ethics to a side because his brother is loaded, which means she's with him for the wrong reasons. So she winds up leaving him, for the wrong reasons. And then y'all be like, well, why did that happen? All women are the same. No, look at the kind of girls y'all want. Y'all want shut up and sit down until I get back type of woman. Yeah, all right. Anyways, y'all, great debate, great conversation. I really enjoyed it. I hope y'all enjoyed this conversation too. 3 posts today. I hope y'all appreciate it, man. I got a lot going on this week. My daughter got cheerleading games, basketball games that she's cheering at. She got step. We moving. Y'all know I'm still on one leg after surgery. So it's a lot of stuff going on, and I'm still trying to push this content. So y'all just be patient with me as I'm editing less, but I'm still having fun with it. Still giving y'all content, all right? So until next time, y'all, it's been your boy, Ty Boogie. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe button, turn on my post notifications and all that good stuff, man. I'm out of here, man. Peace.